The super SUV world has been going crazy over the last few years, with cars getting faster, wilder, and more expensive. From BMW stable, these are the creme de la creme, the X5 and X6M competition. Now, consumer behavior tells us that if you are a traditional M5 or even M8 buyer, you might be looking at these vehicles because they offer the best of both worlds. And we look forward to giving you our full review of these cars in episodes to come on Ignition GT. But what if you're an M4 or an M3 buyer also looking for more practicality? Well, we might have the answer to that question. Now, of course, the biggest talking point when it comes to the X3M competition is the engine. It is a brand new inline twin-turbo 6-cylinder engine, codenamed the S58 for those BMW guys who love their code names. But the biggest thing about this engine is that we are going to see this in the upcoming M3 and M4, but BMW introduced this in this vehicle, which is quite strange. Spec-wise, you're looking at 375 kilowatts and 600 newton meters of torque and a 0 to 100 time of 4.1 seconds, which is honestly crazy. I'd love to tell you that when you get into this car, the hairs on the back of your neck just completely raise, and it's exciting and it's truly remarkable. But it's a very strange setup in this vehicle. The first thing you'll notice is turbo lag. Up until 3000 RPM, it doesn't seem like there's much going on. And then when you get to around about 4000 RPM, this car gives you everything. And when I mean everything, literally the back of your neck does that, which is quite a weird thing to get used to in a performance SUV because you're used to having a lot of torque from the get-go. Whereas in this car, you really have to wring it out to experience the full power. It feels like this car isn't calibrated correctly. The whole experience just doesn't feel like a traditional M car. And I know this is an SUV, so I can't expect it to react like a traditional M car. But if you jump into an X5M competition or an X6M competition, you can straight away feel that that is an M car. And those are even bigger SUVs than this. It almost lacks that M car ferocity that we've become used to. This car is mated to an 8-speed automatic gearbox, not a double clutch, so it's got a traditional automatic, which does work because this is an SUV after all. So you do want comfort in a setting like this, and you do get that. So you get the fast changing nature of that 8-speed ZF gearbox, but you don't get that neck braking sensation that we've become used to in certain M cars. Like we've become used to in most modern M cars, you've got two M button settings. And in the current setting, I've got the vehicle, everything in efficient mode except for the engine, which is in Sport Plus. Even though the dampers are set in comfort, the ride is very hard, which is quite an unfortunate thing because this car is meant to be used every day. Yes, it's fast, but it still needs to be able to do the school run, it still needs to take you to the shops comfortably, and I'm not sure if it's going to do that with this kind of setting because it is very hard in here. It's not all gloom and doom though, because I know I sound like a negative Nancy. One thing that is superb in this car is the fit and finish. The overall interior is absolutely exquisite. As you can see, I've got this brown and black leather combination. The steering wheel feels great to touch, and everything actually feels quite nice and expensive. Speaking about that, this car will cost you 1.6 million Rand without options. And that brings me to my other point as to why I'm a little bit disappointed by this vehicle, because it's a lot of money that you're spending. I mean, with the right options, you're going to be touching close to 2 billion Rand in a vehicle like this. And I just don't feel it in terms of the way this car performs. So does the X3M competition give you the same satisfaction you'd get in an M3 or an M4? Unfortunately not. The way this car puts its power down is very peculiar, and the ride quality is just not up to standard. If you're looking for a performance SUV within the X3 range, I would recommend the M40i. The car sounds amazing, it rides beautifully, and it will cost you way less money.